Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome on in if this is your first time here. My name is Magic Bun Bun, and welcome on in everyone. As you can tell from what you see before you and from the title of this pick a pile video, it is for the full moon in Cancer coming up January 17th. Okay, so we're going to be going through what do you need to know for the full moon in Cancer, what do you need to receive, all the good stuff, like what do you need to release, what you need to banish, and of course some self-care and affirmation ideas to practice either on the night before or after, or of course on the night of the full moon, okay? I think that is about it. I will have in the description box below with our pins right here, and I'll go through that in a moment, with a timestamp so you can fast forward to your reading. So you don't have to wait through each of them. It'll be quicker that way. Like I said, that'll be in the description box below. So first up for pile number 1, we have the Addams family. We have Wednesday Adam. My camera would focus, that'd be great. Are we gonna get a focus? No? Okay. Alright, we're temperamental. That's okay. That's okay. So you know, pile 1. There you go. Using this tarot deck for that one. Pile number 2, we've got our Beetlejuice girl. We've got Lydia Deetz. I'm gonna lose that focus because I can't. There we go. There we go. Pile number 2. We got it to work. We'll figure it out as we go, right? Pile number 3, we've got Nancy Downs from The Craft. Here we go. We are the weirdos, mister. Pile number 3. Using those, or you can go by the tarot deck, you can go by intuition, you can go by numbers, numerology of 1, 2, or 3. You can always pick more than one pile, you know, whatever you feel calling to. You can pause this video at any time in this section if you'd like to take a few deep breaths before you make your selection. As always, thank you so much for being here, for trusting me with your energy and your time. Always that disclaimer, however, like this is still a general reading for anyone who comes across it, so not everything is going to resonate. So you're going to have to trust your gut instinct of when something resonates and what is meant for you, the energy that you're going to claim, and release and disregard all the rest, okay? Okay, I will check in with you guys at your reading at whatever pile you picked, 1, 2, or 3. Okay, see you in a minute. Hello and welcome pile number 1. This is for anyone who picked pile number 1 or picked the specific tarot or picked Wednesday Addams. An Addams family. Let's see, can we get that zoom in? Oh, nope, there we go. Come on, you can do it. I know you can do it. There we go. Not perky. Wonderful, right? Okay, so this is for pile number 1. This is what you need to know for the full moon in Cancer. Let's get shuffling. I hope you don't mind my low voice right now. I'm still trying to recover. Please don't mind it. Have my coffee next to me. Very calm and soothing energy right now. Let us find out what it is you need to know for the new moon. What is something that you need to prepare, to not prepare for, to take it easy? Do you need to rest? Do you need to create? Do you need to learn? Is there shadow work involved? Let us find out. And like normal, we will be starting with the tarot and we will be adding some oracles afterwards. Okay, pile number 1, let's get started. We have the Chariot in reverse, feeling like you've been stuck lately, feeling like you've been wanting to get momentum going. We do have this rushing water element, very, very close to the full moon, to the moon in general with water, intuition, emotions peeking through and feeling like they're taking over. I'll try to keep this in camera as much as I can. 3 of Swords. Okay, so a challenge has definitely been trying to get over some sort of heartache, some break, literally like breaking through the ice, trying to not let this pain shatter you, but learning to grow from it. There's creativity that can be found in the cracks. Something will come back and heal this. The swords will eventually be removed as long as we acknowledge it. This can definitely feel like, for some of you, that you haven't been feeling victorious and it's been weighing down your heart. Things haven't been going your way, so it's been weighing down your heart. I should also point out with the Chariot, it is in relation to the zodiac, Cancer, which it's the full moon in Cancer, so you don't get more spot on this, that this is going to be a very liberating experience for you for this full moon coming up. Let's see what else we have. The Eight of Cups. Here's how that looks. The Eight of Cups. So definitely taking a new path, releasing yourself from mental, because we have the mental being from the swords, that air energy brought into here, thoughts being pinned down versus being able to be released, that you're starting to let go of that. That's your invitation right now, is to let those thoughts go and to realize that you need to go refill yourself, your inspiration, find your inspiration, your creativity, those powers that you have. Also could be meaning emotional boundaries, making sure you make time for your mental state of mind to take care of those, that you may have to leave where you've been and just continue your journey, because we see like the mountains here and like the mountains on the side here, these imageries coming together, and like I said, water vibes really crazy here with the cups in here. This could also just simply mean hydration for some of you. This can mean taking a cleansing bath that night, letting your thoughts go freely while you just try to relax. Two of Cups. For some of you, this heartache could be dealing with literally like your heart, not connecting with your partner, not feeling victorious in love, that you're trying to heal from that. You're trying to figure out what went wrong. And when you're trying to figure out what went wrong, it's more of like, hey, where you're at now is where you need to let go and to move on from it. Don't harp so much onto it, on it. Another thing too with this Two of Cups energy here, it's also a connection with your higher self. It is a version of yourself that you're trying to be. You don't feel victorious, that you haven't been honoring your time, honoring your energy. You feel like you've just been draining it, that you haven't actually enjoyed the time you've put into a project. You haven't enjoyed working a job that you find fulfilling, or finding a job that you find fulfilling, that you want to put your heart and soul into it. It's been very hard to feel victorious in this. It's been hard to find discipline and the strength of your willpower and motivation. It's been very demotivating. This heartache is really kind of splintering in all directions and feels like it's separating pieces of yourself. The Nine of Pentacles. How that looks like there. I'm trying to show like little pentacles here. So the Nine of Pentacles is kind of like self-satisfaction, being okay being alone, being okay with your own voice. Nine relating to the Hermit in the Major Arcana, being okay with your own voice, shining your own light, being a guiding source, and not forcing upon your opinion onto others either. Like, you're okay stepping away from the crowd. You have self-satisfaction here, and it is finding that source of self-satisfaction that is so hard and challenging for you to do. Focusing in so much mentally on the cracks, you can't see what you actually are surrounding yourself with, and there could be also not having satisfaction with the physical and the material realm that is around you. But this could be needing to connect deeper within yourself, within your own body, and grounding. This could definitely be an implication for you, pile number one, that you guys need to definitely ground your thoughts and your energy. Start chipping away at the ice, start taking away the swords, and realizing where you can let yourself go, like with this, with the Eight of Cups, which you're leaving behind because you're going to seek fulfillment elsewhere. The Elder of Wands, which is very similar into the traditional type of tarot. The Elder of Wands in this one is the King. It would be similar to like the King of Wands, which is big Leo fixed energy. This also speaks about lack of confidence in the reverse, a lack of confidence in yourself. Someone stealing your power, someone who doesn't feel like you can get your own wishes, someone standing in your own way. And that could be you because you're not leaving, you keep going back instead of taking that break and then replanning and getting back on track. So taking this full moon into account, this is definitely a time for you, pile number 1, to reflect on your journey so far and what is it you want to change. Okay, this energy of the elder wand, or the elder of wands, sorry, is fixed energy. It's stable energy. It's gaining knowledge and also being open and authentic about yourself and your own needs. And also this person here, this energy that you carry that you don't realize that you're carrying, is one of influence. Small steps will start influencing other steps, other trains of thought that can start changing. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So we're seeing this as like a way of like you're coming out of a struggle. This is in the future tense. This is like after reflecting on the night of the full moon, any night, you know, around the full moon, when you get the time to do it. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure my voice doesn't crack. That 5 of Pentacles is telling you to ask for help. Seek mentorship. There's resources there that you don't realize, like how we have this creature, I want to say it looks like a wolf to me, is going up this hill that doesn't very look like it's filled with life, but there's pentacles on the top of it. There's resources, there's guidance, there's knowledge that you can have that can kind of get you out of this stump here. 7 of Cups, there's been a lot of options for you. And we have cups here that are spilling. There's cups all around. There's cups that are empty. There's cups that are only somewhat filled. There's cups with different various amounts of liquid in them, and different types of liquid, I should say. And it feels overwhelming. Which one of these cups will lead to this, at the heart of the matter in a sense, in the center of here, of being okay with yourself, granting your own wishes, seeing self-satisfaction, and it's just overwhelming. And this is about listening to your own voice, being your own guide, trusting your intuition, reflecting on this night. 3 of Pentacles. This can mean you and 2 other people, someone that you've grown close with. This could be the seeds of something that is growing that right now hasn't taken shape just yet. You're getting the foundation ready. You're still gaining knowledge to help grow those roots into something that's going to last forever. You're still building the foundation, which means you can still go back and fix something, and also could also mean collaboration with someone who has a lot of fire energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Leos. Particularly how I resonate with would be like the King of Wands, or in this case like the Elder of Wands, would be Leo placement, fixed energy as well, if you're looking for any form of mentorship. And the card at the bottom of the deck. Here we have the Ace of Swords. So a new thought has been, I'm trying to put these cards inside. Okay. You've been wanting to expand on a new type of philosophy, a new, basically like I said, a new idea, a new opportunity, things that require a lot more of mental power, your brain versus your heart. And that could be where you're having this issue here. It's a challenge, right? Because maybe it's not something that you love to do, but it's a start and you want to do that, but you're questioning yourself a lot to saying, well, is this really what you want? Is this the path you want to take? You're not ready yet. You're hesitating. And usually when this comes up, even in the reverse, it's usually an overwhelming positive sign with that, with an ace appearing, because it is an opportunity. It is an opportunity for you to do better. You just have to leave some of the other ideas away. Like we have this as a challenge and an invitation here, is to leave some of these cups behind because they're taking up too much of your time. Excuse me. And this can be inspiring projects, a lot of hobbies, like too many hobbies that you're spreading yourself thin. This could also mean a lot of emotional drainage from people around you. Too many people are trying to pull on your emotions. They're trying to drain your energy, drain your time, and you need this sword to cut loose of some of those people. And it's not that you do it because out of hatred, it's more of you do it for your own boundaries. Like invitation just to have a closer group of just 3, it can really grow and deepen because you're able to dedicate that time and energy, and it's more manageable because it's not so many options. You're not spread thin. You can focus in and really dedicate the time to it. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let me try to think. Let's just do some surrender cards to know what you have to surrender. What path are you leaving behind under this full moon? Surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. This definitely relates to that Elder of Wands. You need that self-esteem. Don't let someone steal your power, steal your time, steal your energy. You have authority. You have authenticity of yourself, of like you're authentic to yourself, of your own desires, your dream, and that's what starts burning you and starts bringing you to a place of where you're not going to resist this any longer. You don't want to bottle your emotions up and start attacking people verbally and say things you might regret. Like with that Ace of Swords. You don't want the knife to cut you, and you're not trying to cut people off either. Surrender denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. So like we were saying, surrender denial. You need to leave stuff behind. You need to know that some of these are illusions, that they're blocking you from actually your blessings, of reaching your goals, of accepting that you have self-satisfaction, that you have the power and you have the control. You have to surrender that denial. Surrender to silence. This is definitely something that you can do the night of the full moon, or like I said, days before or after, whenever you get the time to do it. In a quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Definitely very true for some of us out there, that you need that moment of silence, and that could be with some low music playing or no music playing, a moment of silencing your phones before the day begins even, or sitting somewhere in your home, in your bed, if you make a sacred space dedicated to the night of the full moon, or in the tub, just like having just the quiet, gentle water rushing around you, or in the shower, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And have that moment of silence for yourself. And then we have surrender your ego, cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. And yeah, that's what we were talking about before. Like, you were surrendering denial. If you surrender these processes, surrender your ego, surrender your pride, see the truth for it is, and know, like, when you're trying to doubt yourself about, is this job, this new, what's the word I'm looking for? This new opportunity, is it good for you? Is it for your higher self? Or are you coming from a place of you're just trying to see progress? It's not truly where you want to be. You're just doing it to get it done. You need to look at it of a place of like, you want to be there and you want to stay there, and you want it to grow. Also with that 3 of Pentacles, as you're cutting people out, you add people in who lift you up, who you surround yourself with people who see the world in the way of like positivity, in the sense of realistic positivity, I would say, because what you're trying to do is you don't want to be around people who are going to drag you down, who are going to be judging you. It's okay to receive like criticism, especially when you're asking for criticism. It's totally different when people come in and just put their own opinions on things that you didn't ask for or that you're not ready to hear at the moment. And because you need to make sure that you're ready to hear that denial, but you're not asking for people to scream it at you out of the blue. Okay, and then here is some self-care to do. Connect with fire. For some of you, that could be candle magic. For some of you, you may need to write lists of gratitude and burn it within the flames in the sense of like, thank you so much, and you want to send it to the universe as in thanks. So you dancing, you could be dancing around a fire. Like we were talking about with music, that moment of silence can lead to music that you wants to get you moving because it's just you and the music in your head, and like just that moment is for you. And family. Spending time with your family. Like we were saying, like surround yourself with people who are going to uplift you, you know, not tear you down, not when you're not asking for it. You know, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time where you're ready and prepared to receive criticism for this opportunity, and you want to speak about it, you want to think about it, but you don't want to constantly go to people who are going to tear you down. And then we have clean your space. And this is what we're talking about, like a space for surrounded for silence. Like if it's a very nice place, you're decluttering it, it feels open and carefree, it might mentally set you free as well. Like releasing those burdens, making something beautiful with all of this. And then here is, grab it, affirmation. Shuffles. Sorry you guys can't see that. I just don't have any space in front of me. And thank you so much for dealing with my voice as it is right now. We'll definitely be drinking some tea in between these piles. And tea with honey. Sounds so good right now. And your affirmation, pile number 1. Ooh, my future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. Put that there. Camera, please. Camera. There we go. My future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. And that is your affirmation, which is a beautiful thing to end on for your reading, pile number 1. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you making it this far. Please remember to check out all my socials. I try to post at least on my Instagram stories every day. So for the full moon, you should be able to pick affirmation, another one for that day, where you can go in the story and pick that. Make sure, if you would like to, join the Discord, all that fun stuff. All the socials will be linked in the description box below. Please thumbs up, like this video, subscribe if you like this style of reading. I promise my voice will eventually get better. I promise, I swear. I'm trying to heal here, I promise. And that's about it. Thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello and welcome, pile number 2. You either picked pile number 2 because you like the number 2, or you like the way these cards looked, or because of Lydia Deetz from Beetlejuice. Strange and unusual. Camera. There we go. Okay, so pile number 2, let's get into your reading. Start shuffling here. Pile number 2, what is it that you need to know for this full moon in Cancer? What is it that your spirit guides, your divine team, your ancestors, or your higher self wants you to know for this full moon in Cancer? Less than a week away at the posting of this video. What do you need to receive? What do you need to banish? What do you need to be aware of? And of course, like normal, we're going to start with the tarot, and then we'll end with some oracle cards. Some self-care, some affirmation, that good stuff. And I apologize in advance for my voice. I'm still trying to find it. I don't know where I placed it. Hopefully soon I'll be able to find it. Okay. The Emperor, big Aries energy here. So with the Emperor comes structure and foundation, feeling like a place of very safe and secure, creating out of chaos, taking chaotic energy and giving it a form that's stern, without it being stubborn energy or being inflexible. It is a form of being adaptable, but it's hard. It's hard to be adaptable, but this also means the beginning of a project with that Aries energy in the back of it, initiating a project you wanted to start on. Like, you've done the foundation work, it's now time to build upwards with it. Ace of Cups in reverse, making sure that you're not feeling drained, that you're putting so much into a project or so much into discipline that you are becoming emotionally drained, mentally drained. You need to refill your cup. This could also literally just mean pile number 2, keep your hydration levels up. This could be a challenge for some of you. You're not keeping track of it, or you're ignoring it, or you're like me, and totally like me, drinking too much caffeine. I know, is there a thing, too much caffeine? But more of like making sure you also drink water, you know, like have a cup of water at least in between your cups of coffee. I know, I try to. It's hard. And this can also be an invitation for some of you to taking a bath on the night of the full moon, or a shower, cleanse your space, making it feel protected, needing to put protected energy, taking a protection bath. And we have the World, Sagittarius, and boundaries. Sagittarius vibes, boundary vibes. You're not reaching completion yet. There's a cycle that might be ending, and that could be for some of you if you did anything on the new moon and it's coming to a cycle, to an end on the full moon. You're basically tying up loose ends, but we see this is fixed energy here. So something's been fluctuating. You're trying to make it stable. You're trying to keep consistency here. There's projects you want to start with, or there's projects that you've been working on. You need to keep it consistent. You're still learning the process, but it's coming full circle soon. But this is also a state of boundaries, like between the Emperor and the World right now. This speaks of like speaking your mind and placing those boundaries, even with close family or friends, or co-workers, that these are the boundaries, do not cross them. And for some of you that might be very emotionally draining, because some of us don't like conflict. We don't want to do that. We don't want to have this place, or we don't want to speak from a place of authority, or we fear authority in the sense of we don't want to disturb the peace. So we're willing to let our cup and someone drain our energy. And this, on this full moon, it's more of setting that space of clearing the area, clearing the air, and you're going to create those boundaries. You're going to create your safe space. The Seven of Wands. So you've been feeling like you've been having to fight a battle of excuse me, sorry, of trying to like prove to people, prove to someone of authority, prove to your discipline and your structure, even to your own self, that you belong here. You feel like someone's coming for you, someone's trying to pushing your boundaries, making you feel uncomfortable, criticizing you, where you're always on the defense and you're always feeling like you need to prove your self-worth. And it's more about your feelings with yourself, though, that you need to deal with. How you feel. And here we go, because you're very unique. This is Aquarius energy. This is connection with the divine and still with the world around us, creating that space that is beautiful and uniquely yours, your authentic voice, bearing it all. We're seeing a lot of duplications here with the nudity that is provided here. It's more of like bearing it all, being so truthful, not being so covered up and having your defenses up, that you're being true to yourself. You're releasing doubt about how you speak, in a sense of like you're gaining knowledge, you've learned knowledge, you're there to pass on your knowledge or to use the knowledge that you've learned into real life applications. And this comes from your visions that even though if other people can't see it, that is your vision and you'll make it work, in the sense of like you're trying to prove, as you can see like in this kind of way with these cards being connected, is like it's more about this is your vision. You don't need to prove that to anyone. Also, we see also duplication between the waters in this cup being spilt, and it's the same way here. Making sure you fill your cup. Again, of course, hydration. Some of you, if you have a lot of water zodiac signs in your big three, or just in your placements overall, this could be a call to you to get closer to your water element, taking bath salts, making it a ritual night for you in a bath. And we have the Queen of Cups. Again, that water energy is coming in true. And the Queen of Cups, I attach to Cancer energy specifically. Now, it can represent Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, but specifically I read it with the intent of Cancer energy. So this is trusting your intuition, trusting that you need to nurture yourself. You need to nurture your soul, your cup, your creativity as well. For some of you, that night could be getting creative. This could be using elements of water, like a watercolor paint comes to mind. And then just creativity in the sense of like listening to your muse, listening to the stories and creative ideas of others, and like making it your own. Because what the Queen of Cups does, she holds the most beautiful cup in all of the tarot. She's nurtured it, and she is also, as you can see with the symbology between these two right here, they're focused on their own business. They're focused on their own intuition. They're focused on their own water, their own emotions, okay? Their own spirit work, their own shadow work. They're not concerned with the crowd, like as we're looking at them, they're not looking back at us. They're minding their own business and they're happy. They're taking care of themselves. They're nurturing themselves. They're mothering themselves if they need to, protecting themselves if they need to. For some of you, this is called to psychic work. Under the night sky. This is something that you can do, journaling, or just listening to your guides, specifically if they're trying to send you just to yourself a message, signs and symbols that you will be able to understand. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. And again, we have someone covering their heart, fully cloaked, covering their heart, holding it very, very tightly. This could be a call that you need to ground yourself. And we have 4 and 4, that structure. You're very disciplined. And this could be the invitation, is like you're very, very disciplined. You're very structured. And there's nothing super, like there's nothing wrong with that. You know, of wanting to be very, having a disciplined and routine structure, but sometimes you need to allow for flexibility. You need time to relax. You need time to get, creative, and also, sorry, I'm trying to make sure my voice doesn't cut out. When we see the star, it's about envisioning something that when you speak to others, they look at you like you're crazy. Like, that's impossible. That will never happen. Trust your intuition and your gut and your everything when you feel these ideas. Write them down. Don't let others take that away from you. Judgment. For some of you, this has been very challenging because you feel like you've lost a connection with the divine. You don't have a spiritual awakening. You feel like this moment of when you hit this wow or this awe, it needs to be groundbreaking, shattering, rocks your world, that it's like, oh my God, ignite, and let's get going. And it's actually going to be more subtle than that. It's going to be more of a whisper. It's going to be like, wow, like just a nice lullaby softly spoken to you. And don't judge it so harshly. Don't judge your path against others, and don't take the judgment of others into concern yourself. Remember, mind your own business. You know what you're doing. You know what you're getting into. You know the lessons you've learned, the path you've taken that's gotten you this far. You know yourself more than you think you do. You know your boundaries. And then we have the 6 of Swords, which brings together, between the 4 of Pentacles and 6 of Swords, we have now all of the minor arcana present, all the elements present. And the Six of Swords can be viewed as a few things. Number one is this is your invitation to like move on with your own path. You and your higher self are just going to keep going. You see that, you know, there's some barriers, there's some things blocking your view. You don't see everything quite clearly yet, but you have enough to kind of keep a steady path. You're going away from the waves of these waters into calmer oceans, into calmer seas. And then this can also be the envisionment, because you don't see that connection. It's so challenging to you to feel like you're protected, that you have your guides. You don't feel like they're close, they're not speaking to you, when they've been there all along. They've been the one pushing you here, but you're so focused and you're so blocked that this is what's been hindering that feeling. And then the card at the bottom, just give me 1 second here. Yeah. At the bottom here, we have the Six of Wands. Let me hold it here. And it's just because you haven't been feeling victorious, or you haven't seen your victories. You feel like you've been doing all this work, all this discipline, and you haven't seen the end results. And you need to trust that they're there. You're making your way there, okay? And we have another 6 and a 6. So the Lover's card is semi-present, being the 6 in the major arcana. And so it's kind of like tough love, tough lessons, and things that you want can take some time to get them. It's not going to happen overnight. We need to be realistic about this. But the full moon is a really great night, not for like, well, in my opinion, not great for manifestation, but showing gratitude and cleansing away the energies you do not want. Obviously, do whatever you feel is comfortable for, you know, whatever you're comfortable doing for the night of the full moon. But in my opinion, it'd be a great night to take that cleansing bath, cleanse your home, refreshen it, restructure it, move things around to kind of give it a fresh feel. Cleanse your space, cleanse your person, and also like a list of gratitude is what comes to mind when I see the Six of Wands, because it's what's pushing you. You want to see something from all the work you're putting in there, and you're just not going to see yet. We're still watering like the plants. We're still trying to refill our soul. This is definitely, in this middle role here, a call to action for a challenging call to action for most of you, is to reignite your spiritual path, to connect with your guides, even just speaking to them or envisioning them, or just having that moment of meditation and peace under the night sky that night, you know, to feel that connection back with them. Okay, let me just push you guys this side just a little bit more so we can bring out some oracle cards. So let's talk about what you need to banish, what you would need to release. To surrender. I need the space. Voice, stay with me. Okay, surrender to your soul's path. Well, we're just talking about your soul. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment you've been learning lessons, connecting with your soul's path. Surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of everyday moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the essence of flow. So definitely surrendering to the awe, to the wonders of the night, the magic that is surrounding you, that you are magic. Okay, keep that in mind. Kind of like, and it kind of leans back to that gratitude. Like, there's wonder and awe that surrounds you every day, even if it feels mundane. Little hints you'll see there, like, trust yourself if you have a gut feeling. And most of the time it's like, you know, if you have intuition, or you're like, it's going to be this, or it's going to be, you know, you're going to envision this or see this today, and then you're like, oh no, that's impossible, and then it becomes reality. It's like, surrender to that wonder and all of that moment as well, that you did know that was going to happen. Okay, and we have surrender fear. Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. Right, we're talking about small progress is still progress. So easier said than done sometimes, surrender your fear, but it's also embracing your uniqueness and how you vision and you see these things. And last one is surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. Definitely strong there. Letting go of past beliefs, outdated beliefs about yourself. You're grown, you're a different person than you were before. Okay, let's do self-care. Some more self-care ideas that is good for pile number 2. For group 2, I should say, as well. Versus just, salt baths and whatnot. Baths in general, bubble baths. Oh, I love it. What is some self-care? Talking about cleaning your space, just like I said earlier, clean your space. It can help declutter your mind in that sense. Sometimes if you also can't mentally work out through a project, or like you cannot find the solution, it's better to maybe do things that you can just like see the progress. Like, I'm going to clean the dishes are done, and you'll see it and you'll feel better about that. Abundance planning. So very similar to the list here, like what do you want in abundance? And abundance can also mean more than just like prosperity, or like if you're thinking money, like money, of course, but like it could be well, in this scenario, they're showing like what they're using the money for, like what they want to plan and budget for, like traveling, savings, keeping track of your finances, or education. But you can also abundance planning, like you want abundance in love, you want abundance in friendship, you want abundance here. Like, how do you get those things? How do you work towards those goals? Or what do you need to be grateful for as well? And clearing your energy field. Pretty sure we touched on this as well, kind of similar to cleaning your space. You can do that how you see with this, with a smoke cleanse, or maybe with music. That could be very good. Some people do vision, like what's it called? Like envisioning. Some people do it for themselves in the sense that like they'll do it where it's like you envision yourself surrounded by white and gold light. You can do the same for your house. And then we have an end of positive affirmations, which actually leads perfectly well because we're going to end your reading pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here with me and suffering through with myself with my voice. I hope to find it soon. I don't know where I put it, and I don't know how to get it back just yet, but I hope it comes back. Make sure to like and subscribe for this video. I thank you so much for being here, and let's get to your affirmation. Pile number 2, you can use on that night, you can use it for the night and for the week, you can use it for the whole full moon and Cancer days, or up to the new moon, whatever you prefer. This is your affirmation. Today is a sacred gift from life. Today is a sacred gift from life. If my camera would... There we go. Today is a sacred gift from life. Beautiful. And we have a moon that is present here. I love it. Actually, with the 2 hands, and if you can see in here, there's like a light source. It's kind of very similar to that. So this is definitely the affirmation for you guys for pile number 2. Thank you again for being here, and all information that is required will be in the description box below. Again, like, subscribe, it really helps my channel, helps you know you like this type of content. Drop a comment if this resonated for you, and I appreciate you being here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3, for those either like the number 3 or like the way these tarot cards looked, or because you wanted from the craft Nancy Downs. We are the weirdos, mister. This is your pile. Just put the pin to the side right there and start shuffling your cards. Pile number 3. Welcome on in. This is what your spirit guides, your divine spirit team, your ancestors, or your higher self wants you to know about the full moon in Cancer. What to either prepare for or to not prepare for, what you need to do to receive, or what you will be receiving, what you need to banish. And like normal, we will be starting with tarot, and we will move on to adding some oracle cards at the end. Some self-care, some surrender cards, and an affirmation. So let us find out what the universe has in store for pile number 3. And I apologize in advance for my voice. I hope it doesn't crack, but no guarantees. I'm still trying to find it. First up, Temperance, some Sagittarius energy going on here. Very fiery and yet balancing, but thinking philosophy, adventure, but balance in the workplace as well. Moderation is key, wanting a little bit of everything, but never taking one side all the way there. Like, you want to keep that balance. Also, the balance between home and life. So take in consideration that as you're working, making sure that your work life doesn't take over your domestic life, like, and you're traveling, or like, because traveling could not be a good thing right now for some of us out there. Thinking more of like a spiritual travel, or philosophical traveling, like embarking on a new study, embarking on reading more books, that sort of travel is always present there as well. Ace of Pentacles. So a challenge for you right now is currently thinking of, like, there's this prosperous idea, something that's going to be very subtle, something that's going to take time to grow, but will provide the most amount of benefit to you. And it's a challenge trying to get this idea off the ground. It's a challenge to speak about this idea. And it's a challenge maybe because your work is not balanced with your life right now. Or this also could be an implication, like, this is the work card, or like not the work card, but like Pentacles can deal specifically with career, because they deal with coins and money. That maybe you need to put some more time and dedication into this new idea. This could be a balance of sorts, or something out of balance right now, that we're indulging too much versus taking this seriously. And it could be for some of us out there, when they think of a new idea, it's more of like, it's a spark, it's, I want to work on this, I want to get it done, I want to get it started. This energy of the Ace of Pentacles is very, very subtle. It whispers to you, and it seems very mundane, and it's like, this is too simple to be true. And it's like, well, that's what it is. Take it or leave it. That's up to you to decide. But interesting to note that it is present in this particular picture of the Ace of Pentacles. It's beautiful, just like it would be like a full moon. Just saying. Oh, and we have the Emperor coming in here. Emperor is about structure. It's about discipline. It's that Aries energy. So we've got Sagittarius and Aries. We've got very fiery, taking charge energy. I wonder if we'll get Leo up in here somewhere. But the Emperor has the Aries backing. But this is also about structure. This is about foundation. This is building something out of the chaos. This is also your call to be more disciplined. And this is what I was talking about, that maybe like your leisurely domestic life of, like, if you're relaxing, you could be doing it a bit too much and wanting to take it seriously, and this could be just avoidance. This is a version of self-sabotage. You're not ready because you don't want to fail. you don't want to fail, so you would rather not start. You'll just keep things in moderation. You don't want to tip the scales in any way, or in this case, like tip the cups a certain way. And this is your call to action to really consider on this night of either reflection or building up, or during the period of the full moon in Cancer, or from the full moon to the next new moon. Like, take that as an opportunity to gather your resources and learn more about this project before you cast it to the side. The Queen of Pentacles. So we see the pentacle present again here. And how I connect the Queen of Pentacles, and being Pentacles, it could be to Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus energy, but particularly is how I interpret the Queen of Pentacles is connected to Capricorn energy. So that Capricorn energy comes in for the discipline, the work to work, and making sure, like, as we're saying this as well, this isn't reverse, this isn't overwhelming at the moment. It is also a balancing act with the Queen of Pentacles in particular. She's all about that energy of balancing your home life to your work life. And as we see, like a book here, like, you're taking your time to read, you're taking time to gain knowledge, but you're not letting it overwhelm you. Everything done in moderation. That you can take this next step, you can give it structure, you can give it discipline and consistency. Make a plan for it, just like the Capricorn would come in and take charge of this plan, take charge of this authority. Also call in a bit of that Virgo energy in there that likes to be meticulous, that likes to make those plans, those to-do lists, likes to check them off. Would be an invitation for that. And this is also a call to nurture yourself as well as a queen, to be open to receiving these ideas. This could also mean we're open to receiving downloads on the night of the full moon from your angels and your guardians. So be prepared to also journal, because we have a journal right here. And with the Pentacles, it's about being able to physically touch something. So a pen and a paper, get it ready for some of your computers, your phone, something to record that night. Whether you meditate, you do some tarot yourself, you do any form of divination, or just listen to what your guides have to say, or listen to your dreams that night as well. Make sure you have a dream book if you want to try to look it up yourself based off of like either your intuition. Symbols that you could be seeing are butterflies, rabbits, these type of flowers. I can't tell if there's sunflowers that are just like with the seeds up there, but that'd be seeds of growth as well, like starting from seeds and you're going to grow it into something that will stand the test of time. Five of Pentacles. It's always so hard to see with this card, but Five of Pentacles in reverse. So there's a lot of, in pile number 3, there's a lot of career building or like work involved. Wanting to make sure you don't take it too far though. Like I said, too far into this next step. A lot of us like to go from 10% to 100%. Like we're going to go in big. We're going to make those changes. And this is something that's going to take time. It needs to be grounded as well. But this idea, this potential that you like, and if you're like, I don't have an idea, subconsciously you do. Your signs do, like your angels have a sign for you. Your guides have a sign for you. You just need to meditate on that and really think about that, because it's probably a project that maybe you thought wasn't practical enough. You thought it wasn't realistic enough, when it actually does have a sense of grounding with it. And it can have the ability to bring abundance into your life. It will take you out of this moment of grief as long as you cast your pride out, because there is a way to ask for help, and this can come from someone who has strong Capricorn placements, Aries placements, someone with those mentorships, someone that you look up to, that you feel like can help take care of you in the sense of like guide you along the path of like, you're going to want to research this, you're going to want to consider this. They're not there to do the work for you, but they can help push you in the right direction so you can take over from there. Wow, and we have the Empress, Venus energy connected kind of Venus rules over Libra and Taurus energy. So again, curious, like I said before, we have 2 fire signs, and we're kind of seeing a peaking of both earth signs. Wondering if we're going to see Leo or Virgo kind of peep in through here, but we'll see. So in reverse, it's just funny because like we see these 2 opposing forces, and it's always kind of like the head versus the heart. But the Empress comes in and is very, very similar to the Queen of Pentacles for pile number 3. You guys need to take it easy. in the sense of like when you're trying to always reach and run towards something, you're just going to get exhausted. The Empress invites you to sit back. She does not chase. She receives, like the Queen of Pentacles who's sitting there. They receive what they need and they have the resources, and they let these chaotic ideas kind of like burst around them, and then they'll pick and create their garden in that sense. It's creating out of the chaos. And in this moment, it's an invitation for you to realize this, because right now you're resisting it. You're resisting it while the Empress was in reverse. It's just resistance to this creativity, to this power that you have, this vision that you have, that you want to do. It is a challenge for yourself that you feel like you don't have the structure, you don't have the discipline. Like this is what you're feeling. And it's just, you need to let those thoughts go. You have the resources to either advance your career, to take the next step in your career into your next working phase, and you have the next step to create something, even if it feels like it's from the ground up. The Fool, new beginnings. This reading is all about new beginnings. Something new and refreshing is coming to you on this full moon in Cancer. Like I said, it will be a download received to you. You may not have it now, or you may have the inkling of it by the time if you're seeing this video before the full moon in Cancer. But on this night, whether it's in your dreams or while you're relaxing, or like we see a lot of sitting happening in these cards, even in this card, it is sitting. It could be in a meditative state of mind. Okay, and we do have day and we have like some night energy kind of going into here. But the Fool is inviting you to take that next step. Like you're ready to take the plunge. In the future comes, you're going to want to take that plunge and move forward. And you may feel foolish about this because you don't know everything, but that's okay. You don't need to know everything. Page of Swords. So this is a challenge for you because you don't know where to start. You don't know where to start. And that can be overwhelming. That's where this card comes in. It feels very overwhelming to you. And it's like, take things easy. Take things step by step. See where else you need. And also, because of your page, the Keeper of Air in this case, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini energy, which this relates to Uranus, which is Aquarius, ruled by Aquarius energy. So we have that tie in there. It's your thoughts and your ideas are so grounded in the sense of like, you're just like, this isn't possible, that it's just like, and again, like it being also right next to the Fool, it makes you feel childish. And it's like, listen to that inner child. Don't doubt it. And you will be realistic about it. You're going to take something that doesn't feel realistic and you're going to make it into a realm of reality. You have the power to materialize that. Two of Swords, definitely a decision that needs to be made. I'm trying to get that to focus. A decision that must be made, trusting your instincts over what you can see in front of you. Because what this idea is, it's not in front of you. This is why it's so hard for you to acknowledge it. And then I'll get the card at the bottom. Oh, the card at the bottom of the deck. So just as a little note, so we had the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here, which is about doing discipline. You have to put the work in. You need to be, and this is what I was saying, maybe this is a sign for some of you that you've been overindulging in certain things and avoiding it, doing self-sabotage, not wanting to start because you feel like it's stupid. And it's like, you need to make the decision to do it or just to forget the idea and start from scratch. Start over with something else. That will make you happy, that will make you feel like an empress or the emperor, like you have things under control. And when you start putting the work in, you're going to start seeing results, but it will take time and practice. And just as a side note, because I thought it was a little bit funny when I said, you know, wonder if we're going to see Leo. Here we have the Strength card, which is representative of Leo in here, kind of peeking through. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Let me put this aside. So yeah, this discipline is what's going to be pushing you to do more, to want to do more. Pile number 3. This could also be making a list of skills you want to learn, something education-wise, because like maybe the path you're on isn't what's bringing you joy, it isn't what's bringing you happiness. This is where this new beginning really wants to come into, and it is something that you've been thinking about, you just haven't wanting to put the dedication and time and practice into it. Now, the cards are saying you need to decide, you need to make that decision, and trust your gut, trust your heart. You don't need to see what's going on around you. And since we have this card of like this nighttime, this could be dealt, like I said, in meditation. Your eyes are shut or done at night under the night of the full moon. Keep that in mind. Let us find out, pile number 3, what you need to surrender. What you need to surrender in order to receive. Okay. Surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. What was I just saying about that? It's something that may not be going quick enough for you, that maybe you feel like it should be instant, when we see a lot of grounding, a lot of new energy coming into there, needing that discipline. And because it's something you want really quickly, or you want it to be like one bam, and it's like it's not going to be that way. It's going to be more subtle, and you need to be aware of that. Surrender to divine timing. Like I said, your guides will be sending you a download. They'll be sending you an information. They'll be sending you a sign. Excuse me. They'll be sending you some sort of sign so you know that this is the time. This is what you're going to be doing. Surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. So you're going to put your own twist on things. You are magical. And we kind of see this this imagery of a woman sitting in a field of flowers. And it's very similar to the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles. That you see this, you see a field here. And it's like, it is a world of magic. And especially in the Pentacle world, everything always seems so mundane, but it can be so beautifully and magically a setting that can just inspire you and get you creative. And this is a moment in time that you would dedicate to yourself, and like write things that you care about or like you love about yourself as well. Show yourself some love by surrendering your ego. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. We're talking about this, releasing your pride. Ask for help, seek mentorship, do the research. You will not feel so childish about it once you start getting, like in this case, like your feet wet, you know, starting to pick up your sword, learning more about what it is that your talents are, learning more about your own magic. What is something that you would like to delve deeper into? The card at the bottom. Surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. So definitely that. Surrender to the wonder of awe. And that's what we were talking about. Surrender to the magic of you. Surrender to the world around you. Surrender to the beauty that you can find. Very wonderful. I say there's beauty in the mundane. You just need to be open to it. And don't doubt yourself when you're getting these signs and these symbols and you're like, oh no, that just must be a coincidence. You need to trust yourself. Trust those instincts. Trust that divine guidance is always there for you and has your back. The universe is looking out for you. You just need to be open to receiving it. So don't resist it. Don't resist the planning or the discipline in that sense that it might be required of you. Okay, first self-care that you can do on either the night of the full moon, you know, around the day before and after of the full moon, as long as it's in Cancer, or, you know, if you want to prepare for this during the week, whatever time you have to do this. And you can do one, you can do all, you can do none of it. It's totally obviously up to you. nourish your temple. And she's just like a plant goddess. Like looking at this photo, it's just, or this picture, it's like a plant goddess. It gives you back that pentacle and empress vibes, where we're talking about nourishing yourself, giving yourself a good meal, moisturizing. I just see this because I see like symbol, like you would moisturize yourself, taking care and nourishing yourself, loving yourself, dedicating that time to yourself, to your own self, your own magic. Hydration's always key. Make sure your water levels are always up. This could also be, because we see water in here, this could be a call for some of you to take a bath, cleanse your space, your shower, like, you know, cleanse your body with the shower. If you're not into baths, you know, hydration, washing it all away type of thing. For some of us, it'll be pleasure. It will be pleasure that you seek. Pleasure to take care of things, and things that bring you pleasure, even if it's a good book, indulging in a nourishing meal that's nourishing but also so tasty. You know, you're giving you this moment. This is more about self-love than it is about self-care. Self-care could be tackling the hard stuff that you are trying to avoid, that self-sabotaging that you do because you're trying to avoid it. But in this moment of self-care and self-love is love, like literally loving yourself, finding pleasure. And sound healing. So sound healing is really great, especially for cleansing your space, cleansing your person. You, like, I know this imagery shows the person doing themselves with the sound healing, but if you need to, you can definitely, I know you can find it on YouTube here. A lot of people do crystal bowls. They'll do this. They'll do it for anxiety. They'll do it for your space. They'll do it for, like, specifically even for the full moon. Crystal bowl search, like, for sounds. You can do that, and just, you can probably even Google sound healing in YouTube if you would rather do that, which is really great. Okay, so last but not least is your affirmation. Pile number 3, what is your affirmation? And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for making it this far into the video. I do appreciate it. Please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel so I know you like this sort of content. Anything that you need information wise, like links to join our Discord, will all be provided down below. And I appreciate you just being here. Leave me a comment, let me know how this resonated, or if it didn't resonate with you. You know, what parts spoke true to your heart and what parts you're like, no thank you. I do not claim this energy. And thank you for bearing with me with my voice. I can hear it's already starting to go. So thankfully we're here for your affirmation. Again, you can use this affirmation for the night of the full moon, or you can use it leading up to it, or whatever you prefer. You can use it for the full phase, from the full moon to the next new moon, or don't use it at all. All up to you. I let go of all expectations. Beautiful. So you're not putting all these high expectations on yourself. You're just doing it for pleasure. You're doing it for fun. You're doing it for the magic. Because you're letting go of all expectations. Camera, please. I think you had it at one point. Camera. Okay, well, it says, I let go of all expectations. So there we go. That was your reading. Thank you again so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I think that's about it. I will catch you guys in the next video. Again, thank you so much, and bye-bye.